On a New York evening, a sleek yellow taxi moved through the crowded streets. The driver, hidden behind a cap and sunglasses, was none other than Elon Musk. Out of curiosity, he had decided to spend the night as a taxi driver, seeking to understand the daily struggles of ordinary people. A businessman entered the cab, lost in his phone. "Busy day?" Elon asked. The man sighed. "Corporate grind. Wish I could do something meaningful." Elon smirked. "If money wasn't an issue, what would you do?" "Start my own tech company," the man chuckled. Elon nodded, intrigued. Tonight was going to be an interesting ride. As the night unfolded, Elon met a struggling mother, a nervous student, and an immigrant working tirelessly for a better life. A young man hesitated before entering the cab. "Just drive. I need to clear my head." "Rough day?" Elon asked. "Rough life. I wanted to be an engineer, but college is too expensive." Elon smiled. "Some of the greatest minds never finished college. Keep pushing, there's always a way." The young man left with renewed hope, unaware of who had just given him advice. A frail elderly woman stepped into the cab. I don't have enough for the fare. Can I pay you next week?" Elon's response was simple. "Tonight, your ride is free." Tears filled her eyes. "You're too kind. If only more people were like you." At that moment, Elon realized that even the smallest gestures could change a life. As dawn approached, Elon decided to end his experiment. But his last passenger eyed him suspiciously. You look like Elon Musk." Elon chuckled. "I get that a lot. Wait, are you really him?" With a grin, Elon admitted, "Yeah." The story exploded the next morning. Elon Musk, billionaire entrepreneur, had spent the night as a taxi driver, proving that understanding the world sometimes meant stepping into someone else's shoes. As the news of Elon Musk's secret taxi driving adventure spread, social media exploded with reactions. Some people thought it was an elaborate PR stunt, while others were deeply moved by his willingness to understand the struggles of everyday people. But for Elon, the experience had left an undeniable impact. Sitting in his office at Tesla the next day, he couldn't stop thinking about the people he had met. The young aspiring engineer, the single mother, the elderly woman who couldn't afford a ride, each of their struggles played in his mind. He had spent billions building rockets, electric cars, and AI systems, but had he truly changed the lives of people struggling to survive day by day? He leaned back in his chair and made a decision. He called his assistant. "Prepare a press statement. I'm launching a new initiative, affordable education for low-income students, microloans for small businesses, and free public transport for those in need. Let's see how many people we can help." His team was stunned. Elon Musk, the billionaire obsessed with Mars and AI, was now focusing on the everyday struggles of ordinary people. Elon's announcement sent shockwaves through the corporate world. Some investors were skeptical. Wouldn't these initiatives cost Tesla and SpaceX billions? But Elon didn't care. "Profit is important, but impact is more important," he told a group of reporters. Meanwhile, the young engineer he had met in the taxi that night was watching the news from his tiny apartment. When he heard about the new education program, he gasped. "No way! Could he really be doing this?" A week later, he received an email. "Congratulations! You have been selected for the Musk Foundation Engineering Scholarship." Tears welled in his eyes. His dream of becoming an engineer was no longer just a fantasy. Across the country, similar stories unfolded, single mothers getting support to start businesses, struggling workers receiving financial aid, and students who had lost hope suddenly being given a chance. Elon's taxi ride had turned into something far greater than anyone had expected. As months passed, the initiative grew beyond what Elon had imagined. Celebrities, billionaires, and politicians started joining the movement, pledging to invest in education, small businesses, and public welfare. The media called it the Musk effect. People began to look at billionaires differently. Could they use their wealth not just to build luxury yachts and private islands, but to actually change lives? During a major press conference, a journalist asked Elon, "What made you do all of this?" Elon simply smiled. A taxi ride. The room fell silent. I spent one night in the shoes of a regular taxi driver. I saw real struggles, real dreams, and real people who just needed a little help. If I, a billionaire, can't do something about it, then what's the point of all this money? His words resonated across the globe. Years later, long after Elon had retired from running companies, his impact remained. The scholarship program had helped thousands of students graduate. Public transportation initiatives had been adopted by major cities worldwide. Small businesses had flourished thanks to microloans. One evening, Elon, now an old man, was sitting on a park bench watching the sunset. A man in a sleek, futuristic self-driving taxi pulled up in front of him and stepped out. "Mr. Musk," the man said, his voice filled with gratitude. "You probably don't remember me, but years ago, I was a lost young engineer who got into your taxi. You gave me advice and a chance. Today, I run my own tech company. And it's all because of that one night." Elon smiled, his heart full. A single night as a taxi driver had changed countless lives, including his own. As the taxi drove away, Elon chuckled to himself. Not bad for just another night in a cab.